In this situation, we're going to look at the basketball scholarships offered by colleges for those players that are over 6 foot tall as opposed to those that are not. In this problem, a sample of 50 colleges randomly selected, and they figured out the average number of scholarships for those over 6 foot tall and those that were not. So in this particular case, they're looking at the idea that the average number of scholarships is greater for the 6 foot tall players. So go ahead and set up your null and your alternative. Hopefully this is what you got. Hopefully you remember that you have to mark this down every single time so the person knows what you're talking about here. So now you're going to make a decision. This is a one-sided test. Is it a z-test or is it a t-test? And then I want you to go ahead and mark all your information down, or at least organize all your information in some way. Pause the video, go ahead and do that. Hopefully you decided this was a one-sided test and you got positive 1.28 as your critical value. Well, now if we're going to use this information and we're going to test the idea that these are equal or over 6 foot tires get more scholarships, now we need to go ahead and find our test statistic. Go ahead and plug everything in and go ahead and get that number. Pause the video and come back when you're ready. So plugging everything in and then go ahead and grab your calculator, you end up with a test statistic of positive 1.06. Well, in this case, think about where that falls and then decide are you going to reject or fail to reject. Again, pause the video. Once you make a decision, come back and see if you agree. Well, in this case, the 1.06 is clearly in my non-critical region, in my non-shaded region, so it means we fail to reject the null hypothesis. Keep in mind, just like the past chapter, this doesn't mean that the two are the same. This doesn't mean that the shorter players and the taller players get the same number of scholarships. All it means is there's not enough evidence. Doesn't mean they won't go out and do another study and find something different, but in this case, there's not enough evidence to support that idea.